And the Drow Rangers actually opted for Ring of Basilius, which is a bit of an odd item choice, given that, well, actually, she started with the Ring of Protection, but the Ring of Basilius, she doesn't have a tri-lane, she's just in a dual lane, so it doesn't have two heroes to give her mana to, and she herself does not need mana, so it's really just for the armor and the damage and the mana on the Venge, which is not really as effective as the Ring of Basilius can be. But it might help them push a little, as we have count 'em, four Scourge heroes bottom lane, this is sort of a party, 3 right here, and then the line up top a little bit. Storm Spirit is working towards his treads. I'm not sure. Let me do a bit of a goal. Actually, I'll wait a second, talk about everyone's farm a bit later, in more detail. Venge looks like she's going to do yet another creep pull, and I feel that, okay, maybe she's not going to do yet another creep pull, but she did do a lot of creep pulls, and it really helped her get her levels up, and it's nice to have your support heroes be able to get off creep pulls to maintain your levels, while giving your carry the farm in lane and the experience in lane. So this Enigma does have himself a bottled rune. He's almost out of depending on clarities, I think. But this Puck, we'll see if Morphling sends him back to base yet again, because he does have a Lich in here to help him bully this Puck back to base yet again. There are a few heroes middle, so I'm keeping an eye on that. There are 2 on each side. And okay, so Drow Ranger did a little creep pull to get herself some super experience. She got a lane, some neutrals and the lane, so good play by SMJ right there. And I'm just waiting for someone to pounce, like this Morphling, he has the mana, but I guess he just doesn't want to spend it on harassing the Puck. He'd rather save it up, as the Storm Spirit farms a little bit of neutrals. And a fairly low action game so far, but one thing I will point out that I have not so far is that the kill count is very slanted in favor of the Scourge. It is 1-6 in their favor. Just in case you did not notice that all the kills I have been so far have been mostly for the Scourge. There's the first blood exchange was 1-for-1 on both sides, but after that it's been 5 uncontested kills for the Scourge. Okay, we're at 9:59 seconds, so I'll do a bit of creep checking. I'll try and be quick about it. So the Puck is at 3-3 creep stats, and he was laying against the Morphling, who is at 65-32, and wow. I simply do not know what to say. When your solo is at 3 creep stats and you're against someone at 65, actually add up the denies too. So total, Puck has 6 last hits, and the person he's laning against has 97. So he is down by 91 last hits at the 10-minute mark. And yeah, this Morphling with 65 last hits 10 minutes in, if he keeps this up, he is going to be a problem. The Storm Spirit, who is middle, has 29, and the Lion he was against has 35. So the Lion has a slight edge, but both aren't super farm intensive heroes. The Morphling more, or the Storm Spirit more so, would have liked a bit more farm. The Lion too he is working towards his dagger now. He has 600 gold towards his dagger, so give him another 5-7 minutes and he will have it. The tri-lane, the Drow Ranger has 36, whereas the enemy tri-lane, and by that I mean the Enigma, only has 20. So the Drow Ranger is besting her tri-lane, but I think the Morphling's ridiculous farm is going to be a decisive factor in this game, considering that they have the Enigma who can counter the carries on the Sentinel team. The Enigma countering their carries, combined with the Enigma countering the Sentinel carries, combined with the Morphling to carry the Scourge, will really mean that at the end game I'm betting on the Scourge team. Because this Morphling is playing absolutely baller. Go Morphling. I'm impressed. It is not often you see 65-32 creep stats at the 10-minute mark. That is about as baller, and especially on a hero like Morphling. Because Morphling, he has his waveform, which is a pretty good farming tool, but his range is quite low, so if he lanes against someone who contests him at all, he does quite poorly. This Enigma is dying, as you can see. He's being stunned by just about everyone. And ZSMJ, aka no one, has killed him. Sven gets off a stun on the ZSMJ, and he's trying to kill her, but that is a bit aggro, my friend. You are probably going to die. Lion has stunned the Puck and killed the Puck with his finger. However, Sven feeds himself to the Drow Ranger, and the Storm Spirit zips in for a kill on the Lion. So all told, that went fairly well for the Sentinel. They did lose one hero, but they got far more than that in exchange. But the price they paid for it was they let the Lich free farm mid. No, that wasn't the price. They let the Morphling free farm top. And 3 more last hits for this Morphling, who's up to 83. Oh my god. I don't even know what to say. I mean, this is the very definition of free farm. I don't think I've ever seen a hero so free farmed, and a hero like Morphling as well. In no time, and he gets the tower last hit as well. So once this Morphling gets an early Manta, perhaps he will go. He might go something different, but he will just become deadly, devastating, dangerous. Triple D for him. But the Storm Spirit is looking, I don't know, I think they really need to gank the Morphling. But as I say that, he's Morphling. How do you gang a Morphling? That's like the conundrum they're in. Even if they tried at this point, they would have to commit probably at least 3 heroes. And just the effort it takes them would allow the other Scourge heroes on the map to get quite a bit of advantage. So even if they do choose to farm Morphling, they would have to commit quite a bit of effort. And at the moment, he has 2 heroes right here to back him up, so it's probably not even possible. And oh my god, 96, 97, I'm beginning to... I had chosen this game because I thought this would be the story of the Enigma, but no, I was mistaken. This game is the story of the Free Farm Morphling. Well, it's not that story yet, but as we watch the creep stats, that looks like what it will shape up to be. A battle is forming up middle lane, and the Morphling has given himself his Yasha. He is not quite up to his Manta. He is going to go back to base. Did he replicate someone? No, he did not. Oh, yes, he did. He's replicated his Lion, so he will be TPing right back, no doubt. And this is, I don't know if you don't know how to play Morphling, but you usually use your Replicate and a TP scroll, just like Morphling did there, to go back to base and then a hop back real quick. Or you can use it to push 2 lanes at once, or you can do lots of nifty, annoying things with it. But a free TP scroll is one clever use that Morphling showed us right there. So thank you, Morphling. I see waveforms in for more creep stats, and that's another illusion of the Storm Spirit, but I bet they thought that was an illusion. But this tower is surely going to go down. Morphling did not last hit it, but he gets 250 or 80 or however much random gold decides to give him. So more farm for him. Num 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 num. And I think the Sentinel is just in full retreat. They're playing very defensively. And I'm not sure they can afford to be defensive, because if they just sort of sit back and turtle and not go out to farm and defend their towers, then things will just spiral out of control. I think they're bad now, but I think their play choices are going to make things worse for them. As this Morphling TP's top to farm even more. Get all the last hits, Morphling, every one of them. That's right, there's nothing here to stop you from last hitting every single one of these creeps. Num num, 108 at the 14-minute mark. As I say this, it looks like Sentinel are taking out the mid tower, so good for them. They can at least kill a tower or 2. But Scourge does get a tower at the same time. And I'm sure, actually, does Morphling have a TP scroll? He's probably going to walk to the side shop to buy himself one, I hope. Because this tower is being pushed, and I don't think they should let it fall. He walks to the side shop, and no, he buys an ultimate orb. So Morphling is just going to continue free farming. And he is a greedy, greedy mother Borker. That's right, Borker. I wouldn't want to swear and offend all my younger viewers out there. But the tower goes down, and I'm not sure that was a good choice for the Scourge, just to allow their tower to fall the way they did. But Morphling did get some more free farm. He will have his Yasha in no time. The recipe only costs 600 gold, so it will be there before the next team fight, for sure. Sentinel has plunked down. Let me actually switch to Scourge view to look at their wards. So they have one ward in the woods down here. But that is about it at this point for them. Just the one ward. Very sad and lonely. Whereas Sentinel have a ward over here, a ward up here in the lane, and another ward in here. So quite a few wards bottom lane, as there is a bit of action going on bottom. The Lion has found himself out of position. Thanks to, I guess, this ward here helped see him. And that was the end of him. And perhaps he should have had a few more wards. But oh well. The Lion dying is not the end of the world by any stretch of the imagination. Because this Morphling is just crazy. He is at 118 at the 16-minute mark. And I thought that would be carrying his Manta, but I guess on the return trip it will bring him his Manta. Which he surely has the gold for. I'm not even going to bother checking, because I'm certain he is 600 gold. Perhaps they're going to go for a rush kill. I would have imagined they would have waited for Morphling to finish his Manta style, just in case there was a team fight breaking out. But now that they have a level 6 Lich and a level 9 Enigma, their team fight potential is very strong with the Lich ultimate and the Enigma ultimate. If the enemy team showed up to try and contest this, I think that they would just be eaten alive. Especially now that this Morphling has a Manta. So I really don't think Sentinel could stop this Rosh kill, even if they had wanted to. And there's an illusion of Sven just being a standing ward. And we'll see if Vengeful Spirit stuns him. No, she hits him once, determines that he's an illusion, and then does not choose to stun him. So the Roshan has been killed, and now Morphling has an Aegis. Aegis? I have never known. One or the other. So yes, this Morphling is ridiculous. Even if they gank him somehow, despite his arsenal of escape mechanisms, he will just Aegis, rise up and escape. So he is not going to die anytime soon. He's just going to continue farming. As he's up to 126. He has not had any more denies. He has sort of slacked off in denies. A very large creep wave top, and Morphling is just salivating. He does not have any room for a TP scroll. That's a bit unfortunate. The early Aegis has denied him the opportunity to zip up here. He's just going to have to push mid, perhaps? Or he's going to walk. He's going the long way. La-di-da-di-da. This is what happens when you don't have a TP scroll. Doo-dee-doo-dee-da. Oh, Morphling, look at all this farm. Look at this farm. It could have brought you up to even more baller status. Oh, sad, sad Morphling. He is dripping little water tears. You see all this water spurting out the back? Those are his tears for missing the farm. But as I say this, I don't think he even needs the farm. Perhaps it might even be better to let Sven or someone get it so Sven can get a Blink Dagger. Lion has his Blink Dagger. Is Morphling going to fight their entire team? I encourage this behavior, Morphling. I feel that it will make for an interesting commentary. You have a Manta and an Aegis. You are invincible. Do whatever you want. But alas, the problem is, all the Scourge heroes are here, all the Sentinel heroes are here. There's not going to be any action until they move a little bit closer. So Morphling has a replicate of himself somewhere in here. This one's a replicate. And they probably assume it's a replicate. The real Morphling wouldn't play this stupidly. But I guess they're just hoping anyways, but I'm sure they know it's a replicate. But killing the replicate can be useful.